Alright, today we're going to talk about the Stocky Stocks carbon fiber for the Tikka T3s. As of the time of this video, there's only one option. You can get it for the Tikka T3 in a Magnum contour barrel. Months ago, I think there were a couple other options for bigger barrels as well as a 700, but when researching what options were available as of now, the Tikka T3 is the only one I saw. That's the one we're going to discuss anyways. But the MSRP today, or the sale price I guess on Stockies today, is $600. There's two different versions. There's I think what they call a brush hunter, which is about an inch shorter right here, and then this is the long range Magnum, I believe is what they call it, and I'll put links to those two stocks down below. This one weighs 25 ounces. The other one that's a little bit shorter weighs 24 ounces. That's what it's advertised. This came in right as advertised, 25 ounces. So I've got a Tikka T3X 6.5 Creedmoor super light in here. The barrel contour, the barrel channel fits awesome, just like I would expect. The stock does come with a limb saver recoil pad. It's very good at recoil reduction, even though the 6.5 Creedmoor doesn't have a lot of it. I've said this before in other of my videos. I would much rather have a Packmeyer decelerator. The decelerators just are easily contoured to the butt stock, and these aren't as easily. They're not really made to be grind to fit, just due to the design right here. And you can tell here, it's the fit and finish back here at the butt stock is honestly a lot is left to be desired, especially for a $600 stock. But other than cosmetics, there's nothing wrong. It works great. So we'll get into the stock. Carbon fiber, there is no finish over it. You can see where the carbon fiber was laid. I actually think it looks nice. Some people might not. It does have a nice grip area here. It's a good fit between, or a good gap between the full vertical grip and the classic hunting style grip. It does have a palm swell both sides, so although they only have a right-handed version as of right now, you could shoot it left-handed and still be comfortable there. Like I said, this is out of, I mean, I've shot tons and tons of stocks, and this is approaching near perfect for do everything stock. It's great for shooting prone because it's got just enough vertical grip, and then if you have to take an offhand shot or a shot off a bipod, sometimes prones aren't really, or vertical grip stocks aren't really that great for that purpose. But this one fills that gap very nicely. Shooting prone, it's great. I love it. All right, we're going to talk real quickly about the differences between the T3 and the T3X. Stockies says that this is not going to fit the T3X. I did go ahead and call Tikka to see what the difference was between the T3 and the T3X, and as far as their stocks are concerned, they told me there is no difference. When I did get this in my hands for the first time, I had a T3 as well as this T3X to compare, and we'll kind of go over what the differences I found are, and it does somewhat affect this stock versus the factory stock. The first one is on the T3X, the loading port is larger, and it's made larger down here at the bottom, so the metal does fit right at or slightly below the stock line. It doesn't bother me at all, and it doesn't affect the function of the rifle. And on the Stocky stock here, I did have to grind out for the side bolt release here. Again, it took a couple seconds, and it was no bother to me. As far as the bottom metal, it fit fine. I did have to break on the T3X. It's got a little tab here on the front of the bottom metal. I had to break it off. I don't really know what function it serves, and it definitely hasn't affected the rifle functionality in any way, shape, or form. The only issue I really had with this stock, when I first got it and pulled it out of the box, the recoil lug recess area was very well machined, but it wasn't machined deep enough for the recoil lug. So when you put the Tikka floating recoil lug down in there, the action would actually stick up an eighth to maybe even a quarter of an inch. So I would say be careful if you're thinking you're just going to grab this stock and bolt a Tikka into it. Like I said, when I first got it, I did have a T3 and this T3X. They both had the same problem, so it wasn't specific to the T3X. Now, it wasn't an issue at all for me because I planned on bedding it from the get-go. So what I did was I just drilled that out with the Dremel down and to get that recess so it would fit down in there. Now, the problem you run into there is it's a floating recoil lug, so really it's supposed to be pushing up on the bottom of the action slightly. So what I did was just go ahead and get it all set up and prepped like I normally would for any bedding job, and I super glued that recoil lug to the bottom of the action. Then I got all my bedding compound in there, got it squished together and let it set for 24 hours. I pulled it apart, the recoil lug snapped right off of the action, and it looked beautiful in there. Cleaned it up, put it together, and I've got this thing shooting under half MOA out to 900 yards with some reloads using 147 Hornady ELDMs. So it is a great setup. There we go, $600 stock. You know, it's in the price range of a Manners or a Macmillan, and as far as I'm concerned, why would you choose this over the other? It fills a gap that I don't think the others really have. They're both nice stocks. They both have, if you're looking for a vertical grip, then you're going to want to go to a Manners or a Macmillan. If you're wanting a classic style, then same thing. They both make great classic style stocks. This one fills a real nice gap right here in this area. It's got a nice palm swell. It fills the void between a classic and a vertical grip, like I said earlier, and I think it's awesome. The rifle shoots great. I've got right at 6 pounds in this setup with this stock, and it shoots under half MOA out to 900 yards, which is as far as I've shot it. It's a great stock. Check it out. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those in the comments section. Please like the video. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Have a great day.